Inspired by the Summer Olympics of 1984 here in Los Angeles, the LA Marathon has been a remarkable part of LA for over 40 years. Today I'm delighted to be joined by the Chief Operating Officer of the LA Marathon, Murphy Reinschreiber. So nice to have you here.
It's great to be here and looking forward to the conversation.
How did it go this year?
Yeah, so it was great this year. The marathon, not only the Los Angeles Marathon, but marathons by and large are huge community events that have a way of bringing communities together. And this year, with the wildfires and everything that has happened here in LA, I guess I can say the timing of the marathon really couldn't have been better, because I think the community was ready to come together and to engage in something very positive. And that was felt all along our race course. The crowds were bigger than we've ever had before. The number of runners that we had was as big as we've ever had. So by every metric, the race was fantastic this year.
How is the route determined?
Over the years, the route's had a number of evolutions.
Yes.
In its early year, it was a downtown course.
Right.
And then one of the improvements that was made is to change the route to a course that we called Stadium to the Sea. It started at Dodger Stadium and finished in Santa Monica. That course was very well received. The next course change that we made was 2021. The course was changed from Stadium to the Stars, where it now finishes at Avenue of the Stars and Santa Monica Boulevard in Century City. It is a tour of LA like no other. There's no stoplights, nothing slowing you down. Go straight from Dodger Stadium out to Century City. We think it has a lot of things that we weren't able to offer in Santa Monica. Our crowd support at the finish line is incredible, way beyond anything the race has ever received in the past. And that's all part of the experience. When you get to the finish line, you want a live, vibrant, exciting finish line, because you've accomplished something really great. I mean, keep in mind that only 1% of the population ever runs a marathon.
Really?
So it is a significant accomplishment.
How do you manage the issue of people with altered abilities that make them either in a wheelchair or some other device that they need to be able to do this? What's their event?
Okay, so since 1986, we've run a wheelchair division in the marathon. We were one of the pioneers of wheelchair racing in the country. And so we've had our wheelchair division, which is really, it's a pro race, and there's prize money available. And then we have a exhibition division, which is what we call hand cranks. It's a three-wheeled wheelchair, but the way it's propelled is with your arms, and there's a gear.
Okay.
It's a little bit more like a bicycle.
Right.
There's quite a bit of participation in that division.
So what's the average run time for the 26.2?
The height of our bell curve is a little after, around 5 hours or a little after, depending on the year and the weather.
Okay.
So our fastest runner this year was 2:07, 2 hours 7 minutes. And we have runners coming in as late as 7 hours or longer.
Wow. And it is a precursor to if you wanted to do the Boston.
You can qualify for the Boston Marathon at the Los Angeles Marathon, yes.
How has it improved? How has it changed? How has it altered? How has the actual functioning of a marathon been adapted to times, places, and people?
A marathon really hasn't changed in some respects.
Okay, it's still 26.2 miles.
It's still 26.2 miles. And that is the be all and end all of a marathon, 26.2 miles. So in that respect, it doesn't change. Obviously the participation in the marathons have grown significantly. There are now races with over 50,000 runners. That is an amazing organizational event to be able to safely move that many runners from start line to finish line. So the sports had to adapt to that, and technology has helped us. We have chip timing now, so that every runner carries a timing chip that when they cross mats, their time is recorded.
And they're not sneaking down an alley somewhere.
They're not sneaking down an alley somewhere. And if it takes us about 30-some minutes to get all our starters across the start line. Well, it doesn't really matter when you cross the start line, because we're starting your time when you cross the start line, not necessarily when the gun goes off for the pro men to start running. And so you get an accurate time of what you did over the course, regardless of whether you start with the gun or 30 minutes later. That's allowed larger participation. And then the sports just become a lot more sophisticated in terms of safety measures, in terms of nutrition that goes out on the race course, and how traffic flows are handled. I mean, we need to be as concerned with parking and spectator management as we do athlete management, because that's all part of conducting a major city large event.
How much does the LA Marathon mean to the city of Los Angeles in terms of funding, but also in terms of what it gives to organizations that partner?
Right. That's at the end of the day, that can be seen as the main purpose of the marathon, is that give back to the community. When the marathon gives back in a number of ways. We have a nonprofit partnership program where this year we had 105 other nonprofits participate to raise badly needed funding for their own crucial causes. And we provide that platform for them to field teams that run the marathon and raise those funds. And we've raised over $80 million for other nonprofits through that program.
Wow.
Over the years that McCord has been involved.
Wow.
So that's a program that's near and dear to everyone's hearts, and is crucial to what the marathon does. But in addition to that, we support youth health and wellness causes in Los Angeles. We provide significant support to Students Run LA, which is a separate 501c3 to us, a nonprofit. What Students Run LA does is each year they have a program that starts in September, and there are students from 180 plus local schools that participate in this program. The program essentially teaches them self-reliance and confidence through running. And many of these students have never run before. They start off by training for a 5K and then build up through the year from September to March to run the Los Angeles Marathon. And there are about 3,000 Students Run LA kids that run the marathon every year. Almost 99% of those kids get to the finish line.
Oh my heavens.
And about the same number graduate from high school, and about the same number go on to college, with most of those kids being first in their families to go to college. So it is an incredible program that's been going on for 34 years now of the marathon. And it's a program that we're really proud of and we work very closely with. Our focus here in Los Angeles is more on community and more on give back and more on fundraising than it is on cutting edge world-class running. We have world-class fields here, but a number of the other races are really concerned with world records and things like that aren't as important to us here.
If you've not run a marathon, what do you suggest someone do in order to prepare?
First, make the commitment.
Yes.
That's the first step, and then find support. There are all these running clubs all over the city that are focused on various groups of people. Moms that recently gave birth that are running, to different community groups. There's a running group for everybody nowadays. And go find a group that you're comfortable with. It could be just down the street from where you live, or you may have to get in your car and go. But once you fall into that running community, you'll find the support that you need to get yourself across the finish line.
If someone wanted to participate in the LA Marathon, first of all, I imagine sign up early. But nonetheless, what's the best way for people to find out?
There's two ways to find us, is lamarathon.com or mccourtfoundation.org.
Okay. Well, congratulations on absolutely everything. Best of luck in all the next planning and putting it all together for next year, and I'm sure for many, many more years to come.
Goes year round.
Does indeed. Thanks a lot, Murphy.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap on this LA Currents.